I'm really excited about this training because we're going to be talking about behavioral marketing and how it relates to the future of internet marketing. On this training, you're going to discover how to continuously make stealth offers to your audience using behavioral marketing, which is being called the Holy Grail of Internet marketing, so you can make more sales. I'm going to reveal a breakthrough discovery that found a massive hole in 99% of sales funnels worldwide. This is a major eye-opener. And you're going to discover how to use predictive sales cycling to deploy custom marketing sequences for each prospect individually by predicting his next move and objections based on his or her behavior. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Another reason I'm really excited about today's training is up until today, I've never shared this information with anybody except private clients. But today, I'm going to give you the exact same experience you'd get if you were a client. And I was sitting with you in your office, and we were going to design and map out your entire sales process for your business, and you were paying me $10,000 a day. Now, usually when I meet with a client, one of the first things they ask me is, how can I create more revenue for my business? Of course, that's what everyone wants, right? Not only that though, but what they want is they want to be able to do it predictively and consistently. So we've designed a system to do that for all types of businesses. I'm going to diagram out exactly how we do that for our clients with the hope that you can model our approach and see some pretty good results when you test it out in your business. We're also going to be covering some revolutionary, groundbreaking stuff. I like to call this approach behavioral marketing. You see, unlike your competition, you can deliver customized, personalized sales messages to your prospects based on how they behave. So, you know how with some of your competitors, someone may opt in for a free report or a free video, and everyone gets the same emails and the same stuff. You can now change the marketing message your prospects see based on what they do, based on the actions they're taking. It's almost like your prospects could choose their own marketing adventure. Remember when we were kids and you could get those books where you could choose your own adventure? That's kind of what this is like. Now, we've seen this when used in our clients' business to cause sales, conversions, and revenue to go right through the roof like a hockey stick. So, before I diagram this out for you, there's three things that I want you to understand. Everything I'm going to share with you is based on three critical elements that make it work. Thing number one is contingencies. Here's what contingencies means. Don't you think it's true that not every single person who opts into your list is going to buy right away? Of course, right? And don't you think it's true that not every single person that requests a free report or a video is going to download that report or watch the video? Of course, right? Where your competitors are failing is they're treating every single prospect and customer the same. What I'm going to show you how to do is to develop a contingency plan for literally every possible action. So if they don't take the action and download the report or watch the video or click the link or whatever, we're going to create a backup plan and treat them differently to get them re-engaged. So contingency is thing number one. Thing number two is predictive. The rules have changed. We can't treat every single prospect and customer the same way anymore. As the internet develops, you're going to see it's going to be increasingly easy to get people on your email list just by giving away free stuff like a free report or a free video or whatever makes sense for your business. However, that doesn't mean it's going to be easier to get them to give you money. In fact, it's going to be even harder because if it's easy for you, it's going to be easier for your competition to get them as well. And the messaging in your inbox is just going to get more and more cluttered. So we must treat everyone, say it with me, differently. That means the days with having the exact same email funnel for everyone are gone. We can't do that anymore. The good news is you can predictably change the marketing funnel and the marketing message based on what they do. Now I'm going to show you how contingency and behavior work together as we're diagramming this out. The third concept I call individual universe. Here's what I mean. Because of what I'm about to share with you, every single prospect can be living in what I like to call their own individual universe as it relates to your business. That means as he or she comes into your sales funnel, we can predictively create a custom experience that's individual for him. The videos he sees will be individually for him. The emails he sees will be predictively changed. I know this is probably a pretty strange concept to grasp, which is why we're going to depend on some visuals to help me clarify. So, with all that in mind, let me show you how this works. It all starts with an opt-in page or a landing page or a piece of content where you give away something for free. Typically a free report or a free video or maybe a training. Here's an example of an opt-in page I use in my business. Here we're offering a 15-minute consultation, driving people into a core sales process. It's doing pretty good. This page is converting at about 20% right now. Nothing revolutionary here, but here's where we become different. How do we turn these folks into money as quickly as possible? Well, as soon as someone opts in, they're taken to a one-time offer. The whole purpose of this isn't to make money or turn a huge profit. It's to make some sales and recoup some of our advertising spend. Does that make sense? Everyone's heard of the old one-time offer OTO from the early 2000s. They became very popular and then they stopped working because everyone else was doing them. Well, that's not what this is. The self-liquidating offer, or SLO, is content that's positioned as tutorial, and it really is a tutorial. So they're opting in for content, and immediately I'm teaching them something, and it's something relevant to the thing that they opted in for. Does that make sense? But it's not the thing they opted in for. And I'm providing them value, and at the end of the tutorial, I'm making them an offer. What I'm going to walk you through right now is a campaign structure called the automated product launch sequence. That means everyone in this funnel experiences their own unique product launch, complete with countdown timers and pre-launch videos. It's all real, and when it says it's expiring, it really does expire. So what happens first is we put everyone into a reminder sequence, and they get an email giving them a link to the thing they requested. In this case, a training video. If the marketing system you use has the ability to check, go and see how many people are actually downloading the free report or video that they just requested from you. Chances are, not all of them are clicking on the link. Chances are, only about 50% of the people are actually retrieving the information they just requested. So, the opt-in page has a free training and the email says, here's the training you requested. This is classic auto launch sequence. So, check this out. This campaign is a series of 4 emails designed to get them to click on a link and get the very info they just requested from you. So, if they click on the link in email number 1, they're taken out of the sequence. If not, they're going to get emails for 4 days in a row. All the subject lines are going to be different, and as soon as they click on the link, they're removed from the sequence and they get video number 1. Now they're going to be put into a sequence where they're going to get video number 2 and number 3. This is classic pre-launch sequence. The only thing we're doing differently is we're restricting their content so they don't get to see the content until they actually engage and click the link. Why would we do that? Remember earlier when we said we're going to create an individual marketing universe for these people where they're going to develop contingencies based on every possible action? If we know that every person who opts in isn't going to get the first piece of content they opt in for, what does that tell us? It tells us we have a failure point in our funnel and that we need to develop a contingency. So when they click on the link, they're going to get to see video number 1, and then we wait a day and send them video number 2. And then we wait another day and send them video number 3. Just like classic auto launch. But notice how this becomes different. On the pages for videos 1, 2, and 3, there's a link on the bottom of each page asking if they want early bird access. It says we're opening soon and there's going to be a lot of interest in this, so click the link if you want early bird access. Now, if someone wants early access, we're going to treat them differently. Email number 1 is going to send them to the video sales letter for that product with a countdown timer on it, and the email says, hey, you requested early access. I'm going to give you access to this for the next 24 hours. If they go back after 24 hours, the page is expired. We're using real scarcity, nothing fake going on here. Now we'll wait 12 hours, and if they still haven't bought, we send them email number 2. Guess what? We're seeing about 15% of the people who request early bird access are purchasing right away. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? As soon as they click on the link in video number 1, the system recognizes that date and time and does things accordingly. You know how at a product launch, the emails will say, we're opening on May 3rd or something like that? So the system knows what day you clicked on the link. Let's say it's the 1st, and it counts down 4 days. All the emails are saying, hey, we're opening on the 4th, stand by. So it's like everyone's in their own personal product launch sequence based on the actions they took in the campaign. What it also does is set the close day for the cart. So as soon as the cart opens, they get an email saying, hey, we're open, but does everybody buy on the first day? Of course not. So we need another contingency. So for those who don't buy right away, we put them in what we call a countdown sequence. This is the part of the launch where it comes to a close. You know how it is. You've probably been on everybody else's list. I'm sure you've experienced this at one time or another. You get an email that says registration closes on X date. Well, that date is dynamically generated and inserted into these emails. So literally everyone going through the sequence is going to have their own start and stop dates based on the actions inside the campaign. So it's going to give them a real date just for them. We have a series of 4 emails that say we're only open for 4 more days, and we restate the offer. If they don't order, the system waits a day and sends out another email saying, hey, we're only open for 3 more days, restates the offer, and then maybe adds a bonus. If they still haven't bought, the system waits another day and sends another email, hey, we're only open for 24 hours. And finally, if they still haven't bought, they get another email saying registration closes at midnight. For those who do buy, we put them into an automated welcome and ascension sequence, but that's a different sequence for a different day. But what happens if they go through all of that and still don't buy? We're not even remotely close to being finished. Remember we talked about contingencies? Even after all the contingencies we built in the funnel so far, not everyone's going to buy, right? Of course not. Most people won't buy. I hear people say, I'm converting 10%. I say, what about the other 90%? It doesn't mean they didn't want it. The time might not be right. So what do we do with the people who don't buy? By the way, everything I'm showing you, we're using here real time in our company, and we're doing this to turn email subscribers and advertising into profit as quickly as possible while building goodwill with our customers. So in our business, when someone goes through the entire funnel and doesn't buy, I'm going to put them through an automated webinar sequence for an entirely different product. Now, you've probably heard of automated webinars before, but what we do is different. Let me show you how it works. So they've gone through the entire auto launch sequence and they either didn't click on the reminder emails or they didn't buy. So now we're going to put them into an automated webinar sequence. And that step begins with an invite email sequence, which has a series of 3 emails. The first email may say something like, hey, I'm doing this amazing webinar and I think you're going to like it. Register here. And if they click on the link, they're taken out of that sequence and they won't receive the other 2 emails. Sound familiar? If they don't click the link, they're going to get another email on day 2 and another email on day 3. If they click on the link and register, what's going to happen next? You guessed it. They're going to get another self-liquidating offer, or SLO, just like we did before. Remember, we're still trying to recoup some cash so we can turn that advertising into profit as quickly as possible. So now we're going to wait a day and then put them into an indoctrination sequence. Here's what's special about this indoctrination sequence. Let me ask you a question. What's the common problem that most people have with webinars? It's show up rate, right? People are showing up less and less on webinars. The indoctrination sequence is a series of 2 videos that are delivered before the webinar. These videos do 2 things. First, they resell you on attending the webinar. Secondly, it allows you to see and hear me before the webinar. Now, why would I do that? Well, if they already know, like, and trust me before the webinar, do you think there's a better chance of them showing up for the webinar? And aren't they more likely to buy what I'm selling? Of course. That's why you want to make sure you're always delivering quality content during the indoctrination sequence. The purpose of the first video is to sell them on attending, and it follows a specific format. Let me explain it to you. I call it the what, why, why format, and it goes like this. Here's what we're going to cover. Here's why this webinar is different than webinars you've been on in the past. And here's why it's important to attend, the what, why, why format. On video number 2, we focus on the primary objection the prospect will have about why it won't work for them. We found that typically there are 2 concerns about webinars. Number 1 is most of the webinars people have been on are crappy and they just don't want to waste their time. And we want to assure them that that's not going to be the case with your webinar. And number 2, they need to know that it'll work for them. And once again, you're restating the value of attending the webinar. So what this sequence does is it gets more people to attend your webinars, and most importantly, it gets more people to purchase once they've been on your webinar. Remember what I told you at the beginning. Everything we do is to provide massive value to your prospect. Your competitors aren't doing this, which means there's an incredible opportunity for you if you do it right. So now it's the day of the webinar. Are we just going to sit around and hope everybody shows up? Of course not. We've got the webinar reminder series, which is a series of 4 emails that are going to go out throughout the day, restating the benefits of being on the webinar and giving them instructions on how to access the webinar. So now we have the webinar, and we know we've got 4 types of people that we're dealing with, right? Number 1, those who didn't show up for the webinar. Number 2, those who showed up and missed the offer. Number 3, those who showed up and saw the offer but didn't buy. And number 4, those who buy, right? You realize that we're asking people to make what might be a large investment for them and to make a quick decision. And I don't care how good you are, most people just aren't going to buy on a webinar. They don't really know you and you're asking them to make a quick decision on the internet. You know, I hear people saying they're getting 3%, 5%, 10% of the people on their webinar to buy. You're lucky. You should be ecstatic anyone's buying. But here's where we really need to be different. Your competitors are going to be looking at the dismal results from the webinar, and they're going to be trying to get everyone to go watch the replays of the very webinar they either didn't attend or didn't buy from. This is crazy. You know what they're really doing? They're training people they don't need to attend their webinars because there will always be a replay available, and they're driving their prospects crazy. It's like a kid saying, "Can we go to Disneyland? Can we go to Disneyland, Dad? Can we go to Disneyland?" And you're like, "No, we're never going to Disneyland." So let me show you how we do this. The money is in the people who attended the webinar and saw the offer but didn't buy. Why? So let me show you how we do this. Well, they saw your ad, they clicked on a link and registered. They stayed for the entire webinar. So you know they're interested. Maybe the phone rang. Maybe they had to pick up the kids from school. Maybe the kids are at the house driving them crazy. Whatever the excuse is, they weren't able to make a decision today. They just need a little push. So now we put them into the objection handling sequence. The objection handling sequence is a series of 2 videos that handle the most common objections, and they both follow a very specific formula. So here's the objection video formula. Acknowledge, empathy, teach, then sell. So the day after the webinar, instead of bombing them with replays like your competition, we send them an email that says, "Thanks so much for attending yesterday's webinar. I really enjoyed the opportunity to teach you. I've been getting a lot of questions since the webinar, and the number 1 question is blank." Then you tell them what the question is, then say, "I've made this special additional training that shows you how to blank. Thanks so much for being on yesterday's webinar. By the way, I'm getting this question." And you tell them the question. We acknowledge them and say, "If you have that question, I know exactly how you feel." We show empathy. "I used to feel the same way. And here's what I found." And now we teach. So now you're going to teach them how to overcome that problem. So you're going to use these 2 videos to teach and overcome these 2 primary objections. And at the end of each of these videos, you've just provided more value. And it's the perfect time to restate your offer from the webinar. So I transition by saying, "So listen, thanks for watching this video. Obviously you're committed to this and you have the skill and ability to do this, and that's why I think you're a perfect candidate for this class. Here's how it works," and then you restate your offer. Now, don't you think that's better than just sending them back to the replay of the webinar? Of course it is. So now we drive them back to the order form, and what if they still don't buy? Well, we wait a day and then send them objection handling video number 2. Now, let me tell you something. These 2 emails with these 2 videos dramatically increase the sales inside the entire campaign. But did it get everybody? No, it didn't. So what do we do next? We put them into a countdown sequence. If you remember, we had a countdown sequence in the automated launch funnel above. And this is just like that one. The system recognizes the date they attended the webinar, and the dates in the 4 emails in the sequence are automatically inserted into the emails. And the emails go out and say, "Hey, registration for this class is going to end on blank date and time." So once again, we're using real scarcity. Then you simply restate the benefits of the offer and let them know the offer expires in 3 days. If they don't buy, we wait a day and send them another email, once again restating the offer and letting them know the offer is going to expire in 2 days. And if they still haven't bought, we wait another day and do the same thing. And if they still haven't bought, we wait one more day and then we send them one final offer email. And if they try to go to the order page after the offer is over, it'll take them to a page that says, sorry, sold out. Like I said, once again, we're using real scarcity all on autopilot. But what about those that don't buy? So now we've got these two massive campaigns here, all being deployed to this one guy who came in way back here at the beginning, and everything that happens to him inside here is dependent upon his behavior. But remember, the key word here is contingency. So let's go back to the auto launch sequence above. What happens if they don't buy here? Well, some will, but most won't, right? Is the money with the people that buy today? The real money is with the people that don't buy today. The fortune, as they say, is in the follow-up. But the real fortune is in the behavioral-based follow-up. So here's how we do it. If they still haven't bought after going through the automated launch sequence and the automated webinar sequence, we're going to understand that they've just seen a lot of our stuff, and we're going to show them some respect. We don't want to be pitching all the time, so we're going to put them into what we call a goodwill campaign. We'll wait a day or so. Now, the Goodwill campaign is a series of 4 emails that drive them to beneficial content about an unrelated product or topic. So, let me give you an example of how we do this in my business. I might send an email that says, hey, I wrote this article for you, and it's about getting customers on LinkedIn. It's a great article with great content. At the end of the article, they have the opportunity to register for an automated webinar. It's about the same subject as the auto launch. This is very powerful because we know this is the subject that originally brought them into our sales funnel. We know they saw the content, but for whatever reason, they didn't buy. So it makes perfect sense to create an entire automated webinar around the same subject as the automated product launch. Doesn't that make sense? If they don't register, we wait another day and then send them the article again. And we do that for a couple of days. And if they still don't register, we put them into the invite sequence for the same webinar. And if they do register, we immediately show them a self-liquidating offer, or SLO, to once again try to recoup our advertising dollars as quickly as possible by turning advertising dollars into profit. After that, they're going to be put into an indoctrination sequence, just like the one described earlier. But there'll be different videos because it's a totally different webinar. Then we're going to have another reminder sequence, and of course, they're going to have different dates dynamically inserted into the emails. So now remember, after the webinars, we have 4 types of people, right? Those who didn't show up, those who showed up but didn't see the offer, those who stayed and saw the offer, and those who bought. We're going to take the ones that attended and saw the offer but didn't buy, and we're going to treat them differently by putting them into an entirely different objection handling sequence. And if they still don't buy, we're going to put them into a different countdown sequence. And they're either buy or not, right? Now, I know I breezed through that one fast, but it's the same exact campaign structure, just different content. You can take all these campaign structures and deploy them for all your products and services. Isn't that exciting? So now I'd like to introduce you to a campaign structure for a 4-day sale or a seasonal promotion like you see right here. You can run this as a thank you promotion or a seasonal promotion for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, or anytime you just want to print a bunch of money for yourself. Here's how it works. The promotion is centered around a video sales letter that's a tutorial that teaches your audience something of genuine value, and it makes an offer at the end, and it references a discount and a deadline. So here's the formula for the video sales letter for the 4-day sale. It starts with a tutorial where we deliver value. We make an offer, we offer a discount, and we also have a deadline. The whole campaign is a series of 4 emails saying, I made this video for you, and it shows you how to do X, Y, Z. I hope you enjoy it. Go watch it here. Now remember, this video is a tutorial that genuinely delivers value. If you don't deliver value in this video, it's not going to work. I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure all the content you create is immensely valuable to your subscribers. So if they don't buy immediately, what are we going to do? We're going to put them into another countdown sequence complete with countdown timers and expiration dates. This is another series of 4 emails that references the discount and the deadline. As soon as they buy, they're pulled from that sequence. Otherwise, they receive an email each day for 4 days stating the discount and the deadline. Once again, if they wait until after the promotion and try to go to the page, they will be directed to a page that says, "Sorry, the offer has expired." We're using real scarcity here, just like we do everywhere. So now what we have here is this huge labyrinth of exquisitely detailed campaigns that dynamically market to your subscriber. So if someone responded to one of your ads way back at the beginning, they now find themselves inside this dynamic marketing machine that will change for him based on the actions they either take or don't take inside of the campaign. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? So, what I just showed you is a portion of the marketing funnel we're using every day to grow our business. As you can see, anyone who sees one of our ads gets multiple opportunities to be exposed to our content and purchase our products or services. And the best part is, it all happens automatically. So, I can make money all the time, even when I'm out on the golf course. Isn't that great? So, there's some bad news and some good news with these behavioral marketing campaigns. I'll give you the bad news first. What you see here is extremely difficult to build. The good news is, once you build something like this, it's done. And each and every campaign, in my opinion, becomes an asset for your business that produces revenue for you in a predictable and consistent manner, whether you're asleep or on the golf course, where I prefer to be. On the other side, if you want to put the power of this into your business, but you don't want to go through the nightmares and the headaches of actually learning how to create all this stuff yourself, the good news is that my team and I can build and deploy all of these campaigns for your business, for you. But you probably can't help but wonder, will this really work for your business? And if you're asking yourself that question right now, it means you're smart. And I'll tell you something most marketing people won't. There's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all marketing funnel. Your business really is different. You have your own unique message, your own unique market you're going after, and your own unique way of selling. So anyone who wants to blindly tell you that this is going to work great without taking the time to really understand exactly how your business works is either trying to just make a sale or they're blindly naive. And that's why we're going to review your business and give you a custom behavioral marketing blueprint for free. Here's why I'm doing this. It's simple. I know that a certain percentage of people we do this for will want me to build all their marketing systems for them. So rather than try and convince you how great that would be, I figured I'd just demonstrate I could help you by actually helping you for free. The oldest trick in the book, the old show them you can help them by actually helping them trick, works every time. Here's how we'll do it. I've set aside some time to personally review your business, your offer, and your current sales process, or your plans for selling a future offer. Next, we'll look at your sales goals, how many leads you want to get, and what you want your lifetime revenue per client to be. After that, it's time to get to work. Based on what you tell us, we'll give you a complete blueprint of a series of integrated behavioral marketing campaigns specifically designed for your business. And I believe that once we do that for you, one of these 3 things will happen. The first possibility is you love the blueprint and you immediately see the power and potential it has for your business, and you decide you want to build a system for yourself. If that's the case, great. I'm happy we could help, and I wish you the best of luck. The second possibility is you love the blueprint and you want my team to actually build out the entire system for you. If that's the case, we'll get to work immediately. We build everything out in ClickFunnels, and if you don't have a ClickFunnels account already, we'll set one up for you. And by the way, we really do this for you. We don't tell you how to do it or bog you down with info. This is turnkey. Here are the 6 building block campaigns we'll be building for you. First of all, I want you to know these are time-tested campaigns that are literally the exact campaign structures I personally use in my business, and the same campaigns I build and deploy for my private clients. And you're not just getting the campaigns. They each come populated with my email framework templates with each message based on specific copy I've personally written in my own business for maximum power. This way, all you have to do is change the messaging so it's relevant to your business, and you're done. No guessing what to say or how to say it. The first campaign is the auto launch campaign. This is the campaign I send all new traffic to in most of my ads. You can use this as a front end to build a hot list and turn new leads into customers. And you can use it as a next step campaign for prospects who just completed a different campaign and need a new offer. Or you can use it as a back end campaign to deploy to new customers after they buy one product in order to be presented with an upsell offer. When you initially speak with me, I'll help you determine where to use this in your overall marketing blueprint. And when you deploy it, you'll see what's my go-to first step in my system. Now, let's talk about the automated webinar. You can use it to generate new leads and turn them into customers. Plus, you can use it as a back-end campaign to upsell existing customers. Or as a bolt-on campaign to attach to part of a dynamic marketing sequence. We'll prescribe exactly how to use it when we give you your blueprint. I've deployed the automated webinar system for all kinds of clients across multiple markets with great success. Of course, this campaign works like gangbusters to sell soft products like coaching, consulting, and info products. But what's different about what you're getting is this is no ordinary automated webinar system. It comes complete with indoctrination sequences, objection handling sequences, self-liquidating offers, and countdown sequences, all of which can increase your conversion dramatically, and all of which you won't find anywhere else. But that's not all I'm setting up for you. Next, you're getting the 4-day sale campaign. This campaign is legendary. It's used exclusively for generating fast sales in a short period of time by deploying the campaign to an existing list. I've seen it used in all kinds of markets, from pet products to software to, seriously, dentistry. Often when I work with a new client who has an existing list, one of the first things I do for him is to create and deploy a 4-day sale campaign because it will produce almost instant sales. Now let's talk about the survey campaign. What makes this so effective is it never really counts as a pitch. Instead, it creates massive engagement and goodwill by getting your subscribers to tell you what they want and then allowing you to give it to them, almost like you read their minds. What's cool is it's designed to sell up to 3 different products, excluding one-click upsells from the same campaign. It's truly revolutionary and unlike anything you've ever seen before. Not only can it create goodwill and bring in sales, but it also causes people to tell you exactly what new products they want you to create and sell to them. That's pretty cool, right? Next up is the invisible offer campaign. This campaign is truly a secret weapon. It's probably the most powerful and stealthy sequence I've ever learned. The first thing that sets it apart is the way it's deployed. See, the campaigns we install all come with behavioral tracking, which means you'll know exactly how much of your content each person in your database actually consumes. And that lets you know who your hottest prospects are. So what this campaign does is identify the people who are on the fence. I mean, they've seen your videos, they've read your articles, they've attended your webinars, whatever it may be, but they still haven't bought. What happens next is it simulates an actual email conversation between the prospect and you, finding out if they're interested in buying, offering them a special reason to buy now, and closing the sale. Then it gets almost psychic. See, the system can then place them in any particular sequence you want, or it can turn them over to your salesperson or yourself so you can close them by phone or by email or by Skype. And it does this all automatically based on their behavior. I first stumbled on this when I learned about Dean Jackson's legendary 9-word email technique, and I decided to build an automated system to deploy it. In my initial test, I sold just under $15,000 worth of seats to a workshop with no sales letter, no videos, no human interaction, just email. Then I decided to perfect it and make it more powerful, make it dynamic, and based on the prospect's behavior, and make it automated. To make a long story short, it worked. Right now, this campaign is my go-to system for closing high-ticket sales and increasing the performance of every single campaign. When we talk, I'll explain exactly where you should deploy it based on what you're selling and how your business is currently set up. Next up, we've got the Goodwill campaign. What's unique about this campaign is the psychology behind it. It's the main campaign structure I use at the beginning of marketing systems that are designed to sell high-end services like consulting, coaching, or other types of professional services. You can use it on the front end to build a list and then convert them into paying clients. Or you can use it as a buffer between marketing sequences to sell ancillary products. Plus, you can use it to promote affiliate offers as well. These 6 building block campaigns are just the beginning. Remember when I told you there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all marketing funnel? Well, there's not. That's why there's no way I just give you these 6 campaigns and just send you on your way. The fact is your business is unique and your marketing process should be unique too. That's why we combine all of these campaigns to create a unique master campaign, and it's designed specifically for you and it's unique for your business. You'll have automated behavioral marketing systems for every imaginable situation. If they opt in but don't consume your content, you'll have a unique sequence automatically deployed to get them to re-engage. And if they don't buy from the first campaign, you'll have an automated sequence designed to sell them another product. Plus, once they buy, you'll have automated back-end sequences, upsells, and more. You can literally deploy a marketing sequence for every imaginable scenario automatically using what we build for you. When we talk, we'll give you a breakdown of what this master campaign will look like for free. That way you can actually see for yourself what it can do for your business. Pretty cool, huh? But it's about to get 500 times cooler because we also give you the website templates for every campaign. We give you the template for your opt-in pages, your webinar registration pages, your video sales letter pages, your automated launch pages, your content pages, everything. But we don't stop there. We also integrate everything with ClickFunnels and plug it all in for every campaign for you. There are over 30 web pages built for you in total, and they're all template based on the web pages I personally have used and tested for conversion in my own campaigns. When we work together, we'll literally be doing 99% of all the heavy lifting for you. And remember, every campaign comes with my email frameworks built in for you. So all you have to do is tweak each message the way you want and press go. Everything else is done for you. All the opt-in forms are built and integrated for you. All the templates are built, pre-installed, and plugged into each campaign for you, and everything is set up and ready to go. All you need to do is add your own content and make it relevant to your business. And we can help you with that too. Here's how that works. Once we've created and installed all 6 of your building block campaigns, activated your web pages, integrated everything, and plugged all your pages into each campaign for you, it's time to show you how to use your new marketing machine. First, you'll get weekly live training from me personally in our private Facebook group. I personally created on-demand video training for you showing how to use and deploy each campaign. I walk you through the psychology, the copy formulas, and show you subtle tweaks that make them so powerful. Plus, I prescribe some specific campaigns for specific purposes. For example, looking to enter a new segment of your market? Want to build a list quickly? I show you how to choose the best campaign for your business type and traffic source. Have a list and need quick boost in sales? No problem. I show you which campaign is best based on what you're selling. It's just like having me right there with you as your co-pilot, guiding you through every step of the way. But it keeps getting better. Just because we build and install your campaigns for you, and I personally give you on-demand coaching and training for each campaign, doesn't mean we're finished. Far from it. You're also getting live weekly coaching and support. Each week we hold an implementation call that's devoted to one thing, getting you results. If you have a tech question, we're here. If you want feedback on a campaign, we're here. If you want to create something new, we're here. If you want to troubleshoot something, we're here. It's like you get to hijack my tech team every week without having to pay the 6-figure salaries and overhead. That's pretty cool, right? This way you can rest easy knowing we've got your back every step of the way. And in case you're wondering, here's how much it costs if you decide you want us to implement your blueprint for you. In the event we decide to work together after your initial free consultation, we'll immediately start building everything I've described in this video. The total cost for everything, the 6 building block campaigns built and installed for you, the setup of your ClickFunnels account, your 30-plus web pages installed and integrated for you, plus the on-demand training and live weekly calls is just 3 payments of $1,977. Yes, that's a great price. I'm deliberately keeping it very, very affordable because I know that once you have this, you'll be a customer for life. The majority of my business always comes from repeat customers. Anyways, as you can imagine, there's a huge demand for this type of service. And at the great price I just mentioned, I'll hit my capacity very quickly. So if you're interested, here's what to do next. First, let us give you a taste of what it's like to work together for free. And if you like that, then we can talk about accepting you into this program. The way that works is simple. To schedule your initial blueprint session with me, click the button below this video or head over to www.premeditatedmarketing.com and fill out the quick little questionnaire that'll help me get prepared to help you when we talk. Don't worry, it's nothing intrusive or complex. Just a little info on how your business works or how you want it to work, what you're selling, etc. This info helps us start working on blueprint ideas before we talk, so as soon as we're on the phone, we can hit the ground running and make progress immediately. Then we schedule a time to go over your business and create your blueprint for free. I'll personally call you at our scheduled time. Our entire focus is to give you the best custom behavioral marketing plan for free and let the experience speak for itself. If you want to become a client after that, great. If not, no pressure. Oh, and speaking of the blueprint, here's what happens during the blueprint session. There are two things we do on the call. First, we shut up and listen. We find out exactly how your business works or how you want it to work, what you're selling or planning to sell, what your price points are, what your cross-sells are, and everything else you want to tell us. Then we find out what you do, what your sales goals are, how many leads and subscribers you want to generate each month, what you want your average sales to be worth from the get-go, what you want your upsells to be, and so forth. Basically, we're getting a snapshot of where you are and where you want to be. Next, we start to build a plan to get you there. And that's where the blueprint process comes in. The way that works is we'll prescribe a marketing process and map it out for you based on your current business model and your goals. This is very, very important. Like I've said a few times already, there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all marketing funnel, and anyone who tells you otherwise is delusional. That's why we create a custom blueprint based on your specific business model and your sales process, and based on your specific goals. There are two ways you can use the free plan we give you. First, you can build a system yourself or hire someone else to do it. If that's your decision, I'm happy we could help and we'll wish you the best of luck. The other decision is to have us build it for you. If that's your decision, we'll create all the campaigns and web pages I mentioned earlier, give you the on-demand training, and provide you with live weekly coaching calls for just 3 payments of $1,977. But whatever you decide, please know there will be no pressure to become a client. Chances are you're a customer already, so you're probably familiar with my let the results speak for themselves approach to business. Here's the catch you've been looking for. It's simple. We can't and won't talk to just anyone. In order to invest our time and energy into providing you with a custom marketing plan, you need to meet some strict but reasonable criteria. Here it is. First, this isn't really suited for all business types. These campaigns are best for people who sell information or educational products, masterminds, coaching, consulting, or professional services like attorneys, copywriters, or ad agencies, that type of thing. They're not really designed for hard goods such as manufacturers or typical e-commerce sites that sell things like clothes or bicycles or light bulbs, that type of thing. 2, you can't sell get-rich-quick products, porn, or any other shady stuff that I don't want to be associated with. Nor will I work with anyone who shares customer data with high-pressure phone rooms to sell overpriced coaching programs, opportunities, or anything similar. We only work with clean businesses and refuse to help anyone who harms consumers in any way. 3, you've got to actually have a viable offer. This isn't for brand new beginners with no clue about what to sell. You actually need to have something to sell, otherwise there's no point in building all of this, right? So, as long as you're legitimate and have an actual offer, I'd be delighted to help you for free. And if you get value out of the help we provide and want to become a client, that's great. Ready to get started? Here's what to do next. Either click the button below this video or visit www.premeditatedmarketing.com and fill out the short form to get the process started. Here's what happens after that. First, we review your answers from the questionnaire. If it doesn't look like we can help you, we won't waste your time by doing a blueprint session. Instead, we'll send you some free materials that you can use in your business right away. Assuming we do think we can help you, we'll schedule a time to talk. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I've got for you today. I really hope that you found this training to be valuable and useful. I hope you've got some stuff that you can take back and use in your business right away. And if you'd like to talk to us, we're here for you. We're dealing with some very difficult times, very different times than we've ever dealt with. And I think right now we all need to be there for each other. So thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best through everything.